Hello there, I'm PEMBY'S and this I thought I'd do a series of videos featuring map making tips, basically what I've learnt along the way and what I can share with other people. You know, there's one thing fantastic about this game is once you're bored of the scenery in the story mode or the online maps you can play on, you just get in there and create your own. And this first tip, I'm going to go to the new empty map. So you're greeted with this. You get your giant grid, what you can work. I mean, I wouldn't suggest with what I'm about to show you, you start at an angle like that. Try and start as straight as you can, and position your camera a bit above, about there. Right now, I've just pressed L1 or the equivalent button on the Xbox. I don't know what it is. What I'm going to do is go to Terrain Tools and go to the Advanced tab, and this is all about making a hole in the ground. Right, now basically just making a basic hole. Actually, before I do, hang on, let's go back. What I'm going to actually do is go to the paint texture tool. Let's hang on, let's give it a wider area. Let's make it square. Alright, let's just for now, yeah, nice square. It's just roughly like that. So what we press the wrong button. What we're going to do is go to this palette, and you want I'm going to choose this one, volcanic rock. Yeah, and you press R2 or whatever it is on the Xbox 360 to paint this area. Now what I was going to do here, you're going to add a new object, go to thematics, and it gives you this list, and one of them is World War II. See that one there is a tunnel, but that's, you see, if you add that on the top there, you'd see through parts you're not really supposed to. If you run through that, you won't see to outside, but if you look at it from outside, you'll see inside, which looks a bit stupid because it's designed to go underground, this piece. We're going to deal with this piece. See this one? Now I'm going to place that roughly in the center. And another thing is, get your camera angles right. You know, if you really want to position it right. Right. I'll zoom in a bit. I'm going to press R1 because I want to manipulate it, and I'm going to press R2 and pull down with the right analog stick. Okay, so it's more or less flush. Oops, a bit sensitive. There we go. That's around about right. That's what I was after. Yeah. Now you got it in line with the squares of the you know, the grid. Now we're going to go to the Advanced tab, to the hole making tool. Let's make the radius a bit bigger. R2, and there we go. Now you've got to be careful here. I'm going to test the map. If you jump down here now, if you haven't made a big enough hole, you'll still see edges of the landscape jutting through this hole. You know, so when you look down here, as you go down, well, hey, you can see that it looks natural, and that's what you're after. Plus, you can put a ladder here, you know. And in another tutorial, if people like what they're seeing, I'll do, you know, tips on putting ladders here, because you can put a ladder here and it looks perfectly in position, and then you go to test it and it won't even go up the ladder. And I'll show you probably why that happens, and basically, you know, how to prevent it from happening, you know, when you can't even climb up the bloody thing. But as you can see, it looks right. I mean, I should change the settings so it's more nightly, so because that's really bright. But now we're underground. We go to the Objects tab, add new objects, and let's put a corridor, like or another room. Yeah, see? Now if you view this room, turn your camera around, this is what you can see. And this is where you have to fine tune it, and you have to get it in position. See how's the gap there? Make sure you highlight the object, move it in a bit. That's round about right. We need to get the level of the ground right, because if you run right through as a player, you don't want to have to jump over the bloody step, do you? Because the room's not been positioned right. Let's go around here. Now you can see it is slightly bigger, and just subtly change that so it's more or less flush. Let's move it out a bit, and you can see there's the room. Now what you've got to look out for here, if that looks fine, but if you look from a certain angle, you might see along here, you might see a gap where you've not moved it in quite enough. But anyway, let's see. Look, see what I mean when I zoom out. See how there's that gap on the left, and then it just sometimes the pieces disappear. So you just, you know, that is a ball ache. Pardon me the expression. It's a pain in the ass. Let's move it to combat that and move it in just a touch. So let's have a look at that. Let's test it. There we go. Now you can see it looks like it's natural. You can run through. I mean, the best proof is to walk through slowly. If you run through, you can run through a lot of bumps. But if you just walk through, let's go slow. It should be seamless, and you shouldn't stop. We've all been on maps on shooting games where you get caught in an area and end up getting shot. You know, and it just aggravates you. So that's what I'm after here: is making something that is free flowing and you know, looks the part. Anyway, that is how to make a hole in the ground and build a tunnel system. You can add a curved at the end of here. You can have a curved area. You can have steps either going down or going up. I mean, you can go down multiple levels. I mean, you just make sure that each room connects to another room, and you know, if you're running through, somebody can surprise you or you can surprise them. And above all, add really decent, authentic lighting. And if you like this video, I'll cover the lighting aspect and best ways I find to place. So there's a little light bulb up there. There's a way of doing that, you know, and you want it to be roughly in the centre, and you want it to look like it's hanging from the ceiling and not a great big gap, you know, where it looks all right from one angle, but when you move around it, it looks stupid. It's not real. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial on map making, and this is part one. It's about making holes in the ground and building tunnel systems. Anyway, this is PEMBY'S 66 signing off. Catch you later.